Welcome back to another video. As promised, today we're going to go over top utility coins to look for in July 2025. The top altcoins that I think are going to be massive gainers. I'll give you guys my price targets, and I'll also give you guys my insight as to why I'm bullish on these coins, and also some price targets to look at for accumulation. Without further ado, if you guys enjoy these videos, especially ones like this, let's do a toast. Leave a like on the video. Definitely helps a lot. And if you want to be there for my next call, I am eyeing one up as we speak. I recommend joining Discord. It's a great support group. Aside from my buy and sell alerts, you get the huge support from me in the group. You can run your questions by me. And it really helps a lot, especially during stressful times and during the bull cycle when the goal is to make maximum profits. You want to surround yourself around like-minded people so you can make the most out of it. If you want to join, link will be in the description and pin comments down below. This bad boy right here, Ethereum, which by the way is more than fine to accumulate and buy. I'll add it to this list. This is in no particular order, by the way, no ranks. Ethereum I see getting to around 7,500 a cycle, roughly a 3x from here. In terms of accumulation, you can see on the month chart, we're down a couple $100 right here. We're recovered. I would set a limit order at 2,300 and 2,400. Don't try to time this one. We could very well go up. And Ethereum, even at this price, is very good. So Ethereum top layer one, it's one of the most neglected chains out there this cycle. Hence why I think it's a great buy at this price, because everyone thinks Ethereum is done for. And whenever I see that kind of sentiment in the market, I go, great, let's buy. So Ethereum is definitely one to look at for this month coming up in July. Next one is going to be Arrow or Aerodrome Finance, the main liquidity hub for Base, the DEX. They had a great partnership with Coinbase. You're going to be able to buy Base tokens on Coinbase through Arrow. Huge, and Aerodrome actually had a run because of that. You can see here we hit almost $1, and now we're on a nice retracement here. What you can see in the 7-day chart, we're down 13%, hence a great time to be looking at it. Aerodrome I see getting anywhere from $7 to $10 a cycle. Ultra conservative, most bearish scenario is going to be $5. Aerodrome is the main liquidity hub for Base. Base is the chain for this cycle. It's layer 2 for Ethereum, and it's backed by Coinbase. It is Coinbase's chain, hence why I'm very bullish on Arrow. If we're moving on, Artblock, ABT. This is the DApp platform crypto, but it's more than just dApps. It's also part of AI. They have their new what's called agent, which is very key with their deployment of their dApps, and also their recent ArcSphere, which is the first step towards decentralizing the internet. Think of it as an internet browser, but decentralized. Ask yourself why decentralization is so important, hence why Bitcoin got created, hence why blockchain got created. And when it comes to storing data, having dApps, which are decentralized applications, you can call them dApps, it makes sense to have an internet that is a lot less prone to security breaches, data breaches, so on and so forth. So ArcSphere was a very key innovation for Artblock. Robert Mao is a very good leader behind this coin. And I think at this price, with this market cap 125 mil, is a strong contender to net some crazy gains. I see Artblock hitting minimum $10 to $20 a cycle, which would be a crazy gain. If it gets on Binance, don't be surprised if that goes right up past that point. But Artblock is a very underrated crypto that I'm very bullish on. And it already hit $5 when you zoom out. So the all-time high is going to get obliterated when it comes to altcoin season. If we're moving on, GFI, this one's been holding up pretty steady over the last 7 days. I noticed it hasn't dumped too much. This one's backed by Coinbase, DeFi One's protocol. And it's got 2 employees on their council from BlackRock. So they do have some connections. This is a who you know crypto. And I think GFI has a nice price target of around $20 as well in terms of which price to accumulate. As is fine. As many cryptos on this list, you can pretty much buy them today. You're going to be in a great profit when the time does come. But this one's getting more dilution, which is great. We have a very large amount that's diluted, which means less inflation over time. You can see here on the month chart, we're still down 25%. On the year, like most of the altcoins on this list, we are down a lot from all-time highs. And you can see here, great time to accumulate. You can set a limit order for 60 cents, but it may or may not hit. And for Artblock, I would say 65 cents and also around 60 cents. Depends how far of a drop we could potentially get. If we're moving on, say I recently covered this crypto. It's a layer 1, a VC-backed layer 1 venture capitalist. It's one of the fastest blockchains out there in the market. First bull cycle, good connections. The founders have ties to Robinhood and Goldman Sachs. They also are diluting their supply. They only have 45% yet to dilute. And it had a recent run, which I think is going to be a small feat to what's coming. We got in 15 cents. It hit $1.15 not too long ago. I think it's going to hit probably around $5 this cycle is where I see it going, which would be a crazy gain from here. If it hits $5, you're talking 4x from this price point, $1 plus a 5x, 20x from here. Is that a long shot? Yes, and I'll say in the range of $3 to $5, depending how big of a bull cycle we actually see. Moving on, we got Ondo. No surprise there. I may actually DCA some more into this one. It's in RWA, real world assets, which is one of the key narratives that I think will take off this cycle. It's at 74 cents. They have a lot of dilution, but it's only once per year in January. They have collaborations with XRP, collaborations with Solana. This is BlackRock's pretty much their own crypto. Like they're heavy into this coin. So this one is very highly connected. And I think it has a nice shot to hit around $5 a cycle, which would be a crazy gain from here. Again, I would buy this as is. For moving on, NCT, I'm looking to DCA down to this one. This is in cybersecurity, which is a part of Web3. This one's a 32 mil market cap, so it's a micro cap. But I think cybersecurity is a niche that once it takes off, you're going to see this one really fly. It has great tokenomics. They're fully diluted, not a very large supply, so this one can run numbers very fast. And it has yet to be listed on Binance. I think this is pretty much buying the bottom, as you can see here. You want to buy when you see it flat, not when it's pumped. And I would buy this one as is. And I think in terms of where I see it going, it could hit anywhere from 25 cents to 50 cents, though. It already hit a little over 10 cents not too long ago. If we're moving on, we got Moonwell, which is another crypto tied to Base. DeFi went in protocol, but not just for Base, for Optimism as well. This is like your 1-2 punch with Arrow. If you're going to hold one, I hold both. And this one, I think, is at a great price to accumulate as is. They're diluting their supply, which is great. They have roughly 65% circulating, only a 5 billion total supply, and it's only 136 mil market cap. So we're talking not a micro cap, but not a mid cap either, more like a small cap. This one can easily 10x to around 25 cents. I think Moonwell is a very strong crypto, and it has a lot of good connections as well, especially to Coinbase. It's Base's main DeFi ones in protocol, as well as Optimism, another bullish layer 2 that's also having this first bull cycle. If we're moving on to AI now, we got the Tensor Tau. It was fair launch. It's only 21 million supply, like Bitcoin, and they have 8.9 mil circulating, almost 50%. It's a large cap, which got listed on Coinbase recently, almost every exchange. And it's a very strong crypto. I think this one is a good hedge if you want exposure to AI. You don't want to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. You want more gains. And you still want to make almost an 8x or so, 10x. I think it's going to hit 3K, 5K this cycle. I would set a limit order at 300, maybe 285. But even buying it right here, you can see in the chart, it is down a decent amount from the all-time high. Not as much as the others, actually, but it is still a great crypto to accumulate at this price. We're talking a sub 3 billion market cap in AI. I think this one's the strongest one in AI and also the safest. Definitely worth looking into. If we're moving on to a layer 1 again, HBAR, we got back into this one recently. Great price point to accumulate. I think it has a good shot at hitting $1 to $1.50 a cycle. You can set a limit order at 10 cents. It may not hit though, but you could. I think buying it as is fine. I think it has a good shot at 10x from here. It's a layer 1 with different tech, a great team behind it, and they have a lot of their supply diluted, which means less inflation, less selling pressure. VC-backed crypto, they have their governing council, and I think the hash graph is a good tech to have for the future. I don't see it going anywhere. Its competition is not as vast as other layer 1s, again, because they use different tech, that's very secure, scalable, and fast. And you can see for yourself, you go on the website, they have a lot of transactions. At one point, they were the fastest ledger, and it wasn't even close. They had billions of transactions, extremely fast. And I see this one being the go-to for enterprises, especially when you take in that they only use a fixed price point to transact on my ledger. I believe it's around tenth of a penny, and it does not change based on price. It is a huge incentive for businesses to transact on Hedera. I don't see any crypto coming close to this in terms of that level of connections and adoption. If we're moving on to another layer 1, we got XRP. This one I would put more as a hedge. I hold this one as well at $2. I think XRP is going to hit around $5 to maybe $7 a cycle, but I say more like $5, which I know sounds bearish, but this one I'm holding as a hedge, right? It has an ETF coming for it. They won their case against Ripple. What's his name? Gary Gensler resigned, got fired pretty much. So there's no more attacks from it. I believe the banks are going to use him heavily, and it has a lot of strength behind it, a big community as well. So XRP is great if you want more exposure, more risk than Bitcoin. I think XRP is a great hedge to have in your portfolio. If we're moving on to a micro cap DEX play, PNG, it's looking like a great time to accumulate this one. I would love to see it below 10 cents again to buy this one. It's a multi-chain DEX for Avalanche, which is pretty bullish. Flare, which is not bad. HBAR, again, bullish. Somber and Evmos. Has one of the best tokenomics in the game, pretty much fully diluted, and a $5 price tag for PNG is only $1 billion market cap. Yes, I think PNG has a strong shot at being at least half of that this cycle, which would be around $2.50. Definitely worth looking into if you're trying to find a undervalued DEX play in crypto. Another good mid to large cap is Chainlink. They've been having partnerships like crazy. It's one of the strongest connected crypto in this space. It's a main oracle for crypto. Blockchains need it, businesses need it, and a lot of people, including MasterCard recently, a lot of companies are using Chainlink. This crypto, aside from layer ones, probably has the most partnerships I've ever seen for crypto. It's currently a 13 bill market cap, which is on the large side. I would call this a large cap, but it's going to net you more gains than cryptos like Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, and XRP. So if you're looking for a safe play that is going to give you a decent gain, which I think Chainlink can probably 5x from here easily, I think this crypto is definitely worth looking into. It's a strong crypto, highly connected, and we are talking about utility. It's a main oracle, and there's really not much competition for it. So I think Chainlink is definitely worth looking into and add to your watch list for July 2025. Another crypto that I am actively doing a deep dive on, but I think is pretty bullish and worth looking into at this price is ICP, which is at $4.70, and it's currently a $2.5 billion full diluted market cap. ICP, I will say, does have one of the best tech in the entire crypto space. When you talk about what it wants to do, which is pretty much having everything on chain and connected, that's something that very few blockchains can achieve. Okay, they want to try to do it. A lot of blockchains try to be the go-to blockchain and be in this interconnected space for crypto, but the closest one to do that is going to be ICP. And ICP is just a very advanced tech ahead of its time. The one thing that tanked the price for this was the heavy FTX manipulation for it, which is why you see the chart like this. But ICP has been on Coinbase for quite some time. It's a crypto that gets a lot of hate, but it's one that I think could do very well. It's on every big exchange, which exchanges do matter. I think it's worth looking into. I myself am looking at this one. Like I said, I'm doing a deep dive. And as a utility investor, it's very hard to ignore good tech. So I think ICP should be on your watch list, and you should be researching it with me as well, and maybe look to get into it. I wanted to cover ICP, but be on the lookout for a video. I will make a video on this crypto soon. Anyways, I know we didn't go over price entries for every crypto on this list. Altcoins right now are beat down so much to where you can just buy most of these cryptos as is. You don't even have to set limit orders, and you'll make a lot of gains when altcoin season comes. Don't chase every coin on this list. I give you guys my reasons why I'm bullish on each one, as well as some price targets, which I didn't do ICP, but I'll probably do it in a video. Just keep in mind, now is the time to accumulate. DCA, don't go heavy in lump sum. Just keep sprinkling your money in, and over time, you'll see your profits come in. And again, if you want to join Discord and talk to me, see what I'm buying next. So I'm looking at one next, or just be part of the support group. I highly encourage you to join Discord. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.